this quick so everyone can get in and out of the cold. We're here to unveil some great artwork produced by some local students who are standing here right in front of you. You're going to hear today from Mayor Dennis Williams, Chief Christine Dunning, Chris Barker from Bancroft Elementary School, and Master Corporal Malcolm Stoddard, who was the officer who came up with this idea. Now you're going to hear from this broad range of people throughout the community because this really was a community effort. This is about coming together to make something happen. And when we make small steps like this to make something happen, we build strong neighborhoods. And that's what we need to do here in the city of Wilmington to make it a safe and successful city. Mayor Williams.
Good afternoon, everyone, on this nice frigid day. First of all, I want to thank Corporal Malcolm Stoddard. This shows the best sign of police and community relations in my book. Every officer that puts a uniform on shows police and community relations. And I want to thank this corporal who's worked with these children and the engagement. And that's what we've talked about, the engagement of the community, the engagement of these children, for something positive to come out. All the negatives and naysayers and people who throw rocks, let me say something to you. We have some great officers on this department, and they're working very hard to make things better. And I'm going to support them 100%. And my chief, she's still my chief. I know a lot of people are sitting around wondering and have some ideas going through your head. And this wasn't part of the script, but you know me, it is what it is with me. She's still my chief. And for all of you who don't think she is, keep on thinking.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon on this frigid morning. But I wanted to say, that this shows an example of what we call in law enforcement called crime prevention through environmental design. Before I make a few more comments, I want to publicly thank Corporal Malcolm Stoddard, who was very instrumental in the planning and development and designing this community project with these students standing in front of you. This is an example of how the Wilmington Police Department, the business, and the community work together. And crime prevention through environmental design, essentially, you are using the environment and designing it in a way to help control human behavior and also criminal behavior, and with the goal to reduce crime. You look at viewing objects such as the physical design, the architect, the landscape around you, the lighting that you see here at nighttime, the streets, the sidewalks, traffic control, and overall beautification of your physical environment. Why do we want this beautification process? We know that we help support the ongoing revitalization efforts here in the city of Wilmington, in downtown, which is the heart of the city. And we know that it is an effective prevention and tool for crime prevention and promoting businesses. But lastly, most importantly, it is the continual support of this increased police presence that we've promised here to the downtown community. So in closing, I want to say thank you to Malcolm Stoddard and also to all the students here that are braving the cold.
Thank you, Chief. Mr. Chris Barker.
Good afternoon. My name is Chris Barker. I'm the art teacher at Bancroft Elementary. I would first like to take this opportunity to thank the City of Wilmington, Jerry's Artarama, Mayor Williams, Chief Dunning, the Wilmington Police Department, Mr. Harold Butch Ingram, the principal at Bancroft Elementary, and Corporal Stoddard, of course, and the students in front of me that helped create this mural. I thank all of you for your support in making this cooperative art project possible. Besides positively impacting Wilmington's downtown community, this mural project also symbolizes to me what is possible when a group of individuals comes together and works cooperatively to make something positive happen. My hope is that people who see our murals will think positively about the hundreds of young boys and girls inside our schools and realize that each of our children has something to offer us and our community. Despite the struggles that this community and some of our children have faced in their daily lives, with the right support and encouragement, great things are possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Barker. Corporal Malcolm Stoddard.
7 years, I've been assigned to detectives as a major crimes detective. But I've recently been detailed to the Market Street Mall as part of Mayor Williams' Downtown initiative. Throughout my career, I've come to learn that policing is not just about making arrests, but it's also about building strong communities by creating partnerships between the police department and the community. This Downtown initiative is a perfect example of that. The first week of my assignment, I noticed this beautiful building behind us with an empty storefront. I began to think of ways that we could improve the aesthetics of the building. I began to research a concept called crime prevention through environmental design, which you've heard the chief speak about. And one component of this is the idea that improving the quality of the community's physical appearance will reduce fear, deter crime, and improve the overall quality of life. The more I explored the idea, I discovered that mural projects have been a successful tool for improving a community's environment. The problem quickly became, who am I going to have to paint these murals? I mentioned my dilemma to Sergeant Bluestein, who's out there in the crowd somewhere here. Sergeant Bluestein. Sergeant Bluestein suggested to me that I speak with local school students to recruit their art students. Chief Christine Dunning immediately recognized the potential of this art project and graciously provided the funding to make the project possible. With the chief's approval and the check in hand, I decided to consult a professional. I walked into Jerry's Artarama, which is located at 704 North Market Street, where I met Freedom Ali, who is the manager of the store. I explained to her that I might have gotten over my head and that I needed her help, since I had no idea what I'm doing regarding art. After explaining my idea to her, Freedom suggested that I have students paint their murals on large-scale canvases, which she had available in her store. Not only did Freedom and other employees of Jerry's Artarama help me with the concept, but they generously donated all of the acrylic paints used for the projects that you see here today. I then went to the local schools, who are members of this community, and received overwhelming support from Bancroft Elementary, Stubbs Elementary, and Coomba Academy. And as you can see, we have many talented young artists in our community who deserve to be a part of the downtown art culture. Thank you, Mayor Williams and Chief Dunning, for your support. Thank you to the staff and students for creating the artwork, Jerry's Artarama for donating the supplies, and Daymark Realty Advisors and Patterson Woods for letting us use their window space. This quality artwork will be featured in the upcoming Art Loop, which will be held on February 7th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. So I invite everyone to attend and come out and show your support. Thank you.
Thank you. As you can see, this was a great community effort, led and coordinated by the Wilmington Police Department and the City of Wilmington, really enthusiastically supported by our local downtown business community, and of course, beautifully produced by some really talented local students, local artists. So thank you, students, and thank you everyone for joining us. What we're going to do now is have the students from each of your respective schools stand in front of your mural, and we're going to take some pictures real quick with the mayor and the chief and Corporal Stoddard.